So today's video will not be a Pac-Man gameplay video. Instead, we will be reacting to this. This was on a TV show called Totally Obsessed, and this is a man who is obsessed with Pac-Man. So I'm gonna be reacting to this video because I'm somewhat Pac-Man crazy myself. I have memorized patterns for the first 8 stages of the game. Actually, I only need to memorize like 6 patterns for the first 8 stages. But I'm planning on mastering the game so I can get scores in the millions. My goal is to one day get to the infamous level 256 where the screen is all messed up and it's impossible to beat. So this is a man obsessed with Pac-Man. He was on TLC, and here we go.
Meet Tim Christ, a man obsessed with Pac-Man.
After all this time, he's still there, he's still yellow, he's still perfectly round, he's still eating things. I feel as if his glowing light is always protecting me and guiding me and making all my enemies blue and edible. Behold, I am Pac-Man!
Pac-Man doesn't wear a cape. Also, that design hasn't been used since the 1980s.
Pac-Man just gives me this feeling.
I mean, they've basically mastered the Pac-Man design. In fact, if you look back there and like right here, that's the design that they're using nowadays. Keep in mind, he calls himself Shoebox.
Feeling of giddiness, like there's all these tingles running up and down my nipples.
Ew. Don't say that on national television.
And it's just this wonderful thing, like, hey, look, it's Pac-Man.
For the past 20 years, Tim's life has been consumed by Pac-Man.
I've seen some of this video, so I'm gonna do something.
If you've never played Pac-Man before, it's a little something like this. What you've done.
It's like he has a bond with Pac-Man.
I'm sorry, I had to do that. I had to put some gameplay in this video, or else I'd get tons of dislikes. It seems like the only thing that I'm expected of now is Pac-Man gameplay. Pac-Man!
And he has this psychic connection with Pac-Man.
I've welcomed Pac-Man in my life with open arms. And I wish I didn't.
Pac-Man! Pac-Man! I get kind of an oddball little Pac-Man feeling when I get the impression that he may be nearby. And there he...
Honestly, I think I have that sixth sense as well. If I want to play some Pac-Man and I'm in an arcade, I'd probably know exactly where to find him. It's just a matter of looking around.
He'll be, you know, his golden yellow light just...
I would kill to see that arcade machine. To see that machine. I've never seen that cabinet style before.
Hi, Pac-Man!
The drool
Taller than the arcade cabinet. Then again, I probably would be too.
will be there, and he'll be reaching in his pockets instead of for a con. He'll be reaching for tokens.
No, I censored something out. Because if I didn't, I'd get demonetized. And probably age restricted.
Quarter.
This is a family-friendly channel.
Quarter. Hello. How are you? Might I perhaps ask you for some quarters that I may offer them to the great yellow one?
The great yellow one. Okay, I like Pac-Man as much as the next guy, but I don't worship him that much.
Certainly.
In fact, I've actually started to not like him as much because I've only been using it for high scores, and I get upset whenever I screw up a pattern.
Certainly. Keep the great yellow one from going through my wall again, right?
Sorry about that.
This is really hard on the buttons. I feel bad for the machine. You know?
Thank God I'm not a Pac-Man machine.
Right.
No, don't. Okay.
I should destroy you with my Pac-Man now.
Tim has spent $10,000 in quarters.
$10,000 on Pac-Man? Are you kidding me?
Home, playing every day on his lunch break.
Yeah, he's possessed.
Yeah, he's possessed. Yeah, absolutely.
In spite of playing Pac-Man since he was 7 years old,
And how old is he now?
Tim has yet to master the game.
Feels bad. I used to be just like him. Maybe he'd have a better, or maybe he'd play better if he knew how the ghost AI works. I have a video. No, I don't have a video. I've seen a video where a guy explains how the ghost AI works really well. I'll link that in the description below.
When the holy semicircle of life meets his demise, in the melting way he does, it always brings me a feeling that maybe I could have done something more. Maybe I could have turned left instead of right.
Maybe I could have turned left instead of right. Yeah, I feel your pain. Sometimes when I go into the bottom areas of the maze, I'll do an entirely different set of maneuvers than most people because I want to get out of there alive. Because I swear, that is where the most deaths occur.
Right. Pac-Man! No! Clyde tried to bite Pac-Man. Clyde, bite Pac-Man! Why?
Even if I don't get a perfect score on that stage, I still do that set of maneuvers because I want to get out alive.
Clyde, bite Pac-Man!
Me saying that when I had a stupid death in the 6th stage in my last Pac-Man video.
Pac-Man was made for 20 different game systems, and Tim has every one.
There is a video out there comparing 100 different versions of Pac-Man on different systems. From the original in 1980 all the way up to today.
Enabling him to play in every room in his home.
It's very frustrating trying to play Pac-Man with Tim.
You have to avoid them. The trick is to not run into them when they try to eat you. See, game over. Now you don't get to play anymore.
I thought everyone knew that you had to avoid the ghosts. Apparently some people don't.
It's all me. You get to watch me play.
It's just a total exercise
I hate that shirt so much because all of those ghosts are the same color. When in the actual game, they're all different colors.
in futility for me because I'll be waiting 15 minutes for my turn.
Pac-Man wants us to... Ha! Pac-Man, eat you now! Ah! How's that?
I'm gonna cry.
Why? No, don't cry. Okay, hold on.
In 2001, Tim put his passion for Pac-Man to music in a song called Pac-Man is Naked and So Should You.
He's not naked, he has gloves and boots. I'm not sure if you'd consider that naked, but... Honestly, how cursed would it be if Pac-Man wore clothes? Even when he's wore a hat, he's still technically naked. Why am I talking about Pac-Man being naked? I should not be talking about that.
Are you ready for Pac-Man? It's time to go!
What's wrong with you? Tim, what's wrong with you?
The best way to Pac-Man is to use the game!
Just gonna remind you, there's already a Pac-Man song. It's called Pac-Man Fever and was released in the early 1980s. And it is really catchy, not gonna lie. It's about a person spending all of his money on a Pac-Man machine, which is exactly what this man does.
You move the joystick and he eat.
No wonder he still lives with his mom. He can't afford to buy a house because he's spending it all on Pac-Man. Just get a computer, get MAME the emulator, download a Pac-Man ROM, and you can play Pac-Man all you want for free.
There should be counselors involved.
Sometimes you just gotta bring the message to the people. Occasionally I'll be driving around and I'll pass somebody who doesn't look like he has invited the full glory of Pac-Man into his life, and I feel the need to, convey to him somehow that he really should. Pac-Man!
Dude. We all like Pac-Man in one way or another. Most of us are not obsessed with the game. Me saying that when I've mastered the first 8 stages.
Pac-Man! Pac-Man!
Lest the Pac-Man! Public forget about Pac-Man, Tim goes out every week to remind them.
Pac-Man!
Pac-Man!
He won't rest until the world shares his enthusiasm for Pac-Man.
I simply profess the glory of the Golden One who is round and eats things.
Pac-Man!
It is written that you shall play Pac-Man, and only then shall you know the glory of Pac-Man!
Pac-Man!
It can be extremely embarrassing. When we're driving down the road, people are standing there and they're like, Pac-Man?
All before Pac-Man, feel his glory! Feel the glory of Pac-Man!
It's like he's a Mormon, like trying to like spread the word of Christ around. I live in Utah. I would know.
Say Pac-Man!
No!
Say Pac-Man!
Pac-Man.
I think these people are going to look back on their lives. They're going to be lying on their deathbed thinking, my God, I have squandered my life. Think of all the times I played things that weren't Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Say Pac-Man! Say Pac-Man! And
Pac-Man.
now it's too late. Pac-Man!
It's adorable. In a very disturbing way, it's adorable.
That was probably the weirdest and one of the best people I have ever seen. Anyway, here's what you guys were probably here for. I did some gameplay at the start of the video, just so this video doesn't get any dislikes. But I'm gonna play a perfect first stage, or at least I'm gonna try to. Where I get 14,800 points. So I go all the way down here. I'll probably edit in like me actually doing the darn pattern perfectly, and then I'll upload the video. All right, what do you think of this man? Am I just as obsessed with Pac-Man as he is, or is he more obsessed? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a like rating. And if you're new, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of 2021, and I'm starting to not have very high hopes for that. So if you could subscribe, that would be very appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. This is the second take for the perfect first stage pattern in Pac-Man. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. There's one power pellet left. The trick is to get all the ghosts nearby, and then just eat them all as quick as you can. So yeah, that was a perfect first stage with a score of 14,800 points. It's the highest possible score you can get on that stage. There's no more points that you could get. I ate all the ghosts, I got both cherries, and I ate all the dots. And I'm reacting to this guy like I'm not Pac-Man crazy myself. I could do better if you want to see me do that. Anyway, bye.